Let's move to another market now, the crypto market, and see if it's doing any better than the
It is
equities.
doing better. Talking about bear sentiment, we're seeing the bulls, having a little bit of fun in this market at this point. Is all green,
It's a bull
at this
dance.
point. Yeah, the bulls are dancing, at this point. We see the fear greed index now, extreme fear, 33 points, still an improvement for what we had a few months ago. I'm talking about between 10 to 11 points, but now we're at 33 points. Creeping slowly, into that greed zone. All eyes, watching out for that greed zone. And we see the market cap still above 1 trillion there. It's up 3.33%. Volume traded $73.20 billion. And we see Bitcoin dominance sitting at 41.68% this morning. I see price of Bitcoin, $23,155. It's down gradually 0.10%. Volume traded $32.35 billion. And we see price of Ethereum, $1,594. That's up 0.12%. Volume traded $18.61 billion. I think we have Michael Naji right now. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Letty. Good morning. Hi,
Yeah, I'm good. Thank God it's Friday, and thank God it's green. Even though I know you are quite bearish, on this market short term. But we saw Elon and Tesla, selling, a huge chunk of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. How's this going to impact other companies that have Bitcoin on their balance sheet at this point?
Yeah, so the move puts a little doubt in question for a lot of people, a lot of corporates who said that they were going to own Bitcoin. The move is mostly because Elon wanted to declare free cash flow. We've seen twice in the last year where Elon sold Bitcoin to improve the appearance of his cash flow on his balance sheet on his income statement. Basically, like at the end of the day, Tesla selling their Bitcoin doesn't go with their thesis that they see it as a store of value in terms of a hedge against inflation. And so right now, you're probably seeing other corporates who probably had plans to buy Bitcoin, probably holding that back. Ultimately, it's not a good look when the richest man in the world and his his very future-oriented company decides to sell Bitcoin. By the end of the day, Elon did make some disclosures that he wasn't giving up on Bitcoin. He will be interested in buying Bitcoin. He was mostly selling Bitcoin to increase their cash position due to the uncertainty with China. However, it is good that we're seeing Elon divest from Bitcoin. But however, though, that does put into question the whole store value narrative because people were really looking to Bitcoin as the leading shining example. Because when people ask who else bought Bitcoin, you could point to Elon Musk and Tesla. But now that no longer exists. So now we have to find a new poster boy for us in the corporate world.
A new poster boy.
Unfortunately, Michael Saylor's unfortunately levered up to everything he owns. So, he's not the best example of diligence in terms of, being prudent in terms of investing in Bitcoin. A lot of people will not follow Michael Saylor's strategy because of just, how much risk is involved in terms of the debts that's used to buy the Bitcoin. However, how Tesla did it was, completely sane. They put only, I believe, 10 to 20% of their balance sheet in Bitcoin. So a lot of people are going to be questioning that move now. That won't seem like the smartest thing to do anymore. And there will be some curator risk because Elon clearly has tried to de-risk himself from it.
Right, but he's still holding Dogecoin, right?
Yeah, which I think is ultimately a funny joke because Dogecoin is a meme coin. So for him to say, oh, we sold 75% of our Bitcoin, but we didn't sell any of our meme coin, it makes me almost second guess Elon in terms of his ability to quantify risk. Because the first thing to sell is the Dogecoin.
Exactly. I don't know what Elon is doing at this point, but it's quite interesting. It would keep Dogecoin and sell Bitcoin at this time. But we're seeing the SEC is talking about listing about 9 tokens as securities. How do you think this is going to impact, the market overall?
Yeah, here's the SEC again coming in with some behind the back regulation. They're trying to. So there was insider trading done by a product manager on Coinbase. Basically, he tipped his family members anytime a new listing came on Coinbase, and whenever there's a new listing, usually it pumps. And so by knowing when these new listings came on, this manager would basically profit from it. However, the SEC is trying to come in and say that they were insider trading. The DOJ clearly has stated they just committed wire fraud. They're not charging them on securities law. Basically, this is the SEC trying to come in with some backhand regulation and basically use this as a way to say, hey, they were trading securities, and not only were they trading securities, they were doing it illegally. So it's a very backhand way of doing things. Even the DOJ in the indictment, they didn't even charge them with insider trading. It was just wire fraud. And so at the end of the day, this is clearly the SEC overstepping, trying to get powers wherever they can. And at the end of the day, ultimately, they will lose this case. Coinbase has come out and said plainly that we don't sell securities. Because if they agree with the lawsuit, basically what they're saying is they sell unregistered securities. So at the end of the day, the SEC is coming in trying to be the big man on the block, but at the end of the day, they're overstepping. And eventually, if this gets taken to court, they will lose.
All right.
And
well, we'll
ultimately,
keep
the wire
tracking.
fraud charges will stand.
Yeah, we'll keep tracking, see how that story ends. But very quickly now, what are you seeing next week for Bitcoin? Very quickly.
This, like I said, this is like that fake rally we had from 29 all the way up to 48,000.
Okay.
Maybe the move ends at 25 or 28, but Laddie, we're going to 15 or 10.
All right. All right, Michael.
We're going to 10 or 15.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend.
You too, Laddie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you heard it there. Market's not looking too bad right now, but
and Michael doesn't help it.
Michael isn't convinced.
It just gives it to you straight.
Yeah, he's not convinced. This is the bull run.
It is a fake
we're
rally.
all looking for.
It's a fake rally. All right, Laddie, thank you so much for the updates from the crypto space, and that's where we draw the curtains.